Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Voraktee, and today I'm answering your questions. That's right, I've been asked to do an ask video, that is. Is a little redundant? I don't know. You guys asked me to do a video about just answering your questions, and here I am. I'm doing it now. I got some good old Twitter questions pulled up. I asked you guys to use the hashtag AskVoraktee, A-S-K, Voraktee, to ask me questions about anything, about myself, my opinions, about life itself, advice, anything you might need that you think that I solely could answer. Me. I'm gonna do my best, though. I'm gonna address all these, or at least as many as I can. So, let's get started. So, at Grandma's YT asked, is the top hat my channel mascot? The top hat, because I have I have like two little pieces of art that I like to use on my channel for my icons. There's the one that you see at the top of my YouTube banner where it's just kind of like the cool glasses, hair, thingy, Voraktee, how you doing? That's me, yeah, classy. And then there's the little cute one that I use for my icons and stuff, where it's just me and got a little tie on and a top hat and stuff. And I have, in fact, hold on. Ow. Okay, here we go. It's hard to see in the background here because everything's freaking black in my background, but I got a top hat. I got a real top hat. Really, let's see, get some light on here. Is the light over there? It's so hard to see. It's just like invisible in my hand, but I can put it on. So that's the back. There's a back to it, I promise. Ooh. There we go. I'm wearing it. See, this is a little too, it's just not possible to wear while I'm playing video games. Sorry, I can't do my headset. I got my headset here too. It's just hanging out. See, as you can see, that's as far as the headset will go. Right there. That'll not allow me to listen to the games as I play them. I could do maybe one of these, maybe. Yeah, that's not exactly the look that I'm trying to go for, though, while I'm playing my game. Anyways, I really like top hats, to answer your question, Grimeyes. I like top hats, and I like fancy clothes and being dapper and stuff like that. I love swing dancing and the whole vintage sort of outfit stuff. And so, one of my friends, one of my old roommates, Erin, shout out to you, Erin, if you ever watch this, she made that icon for me while we were living together, and it's just been something that I just love, that has been very endearing to me, and it's my mascot, my little cartoony self with my top hat. So in a way, yes, in fact, that is my mascot. Clever Tinkerer asked, do you like DC or Marvel? Well, the simple answer is I like both, but you know, everybody has their lean. They either lean towards DC or Marvel. I generally lean towards Marvel, personally. I much more enjoy the Marvel characters as a whole, but there are two exceptions. Count them two. 1, 2. The first exception is Batman, because Batman is awesome, because he's just a guy in a suit who beats up bad guys, and he doesn't even kill them. He's awesome. I used to grow up watching Batman the Animated Series as a child, and it's probably one of my most fond memories and my favorite shows as a kid. Batman was awesome, and the Joker, Mark Hamill's Joker, is probably one of my favorite characters of all time, especially because Mark Hamill is amazing, and he just did such a great Joker. I love it so much. There's also the Teen Titans. I love the Teen Titans. Robin's pretty cool. Beast Boy is probably one of my favorite characters ever. That guy is awesome as a cyborg, and Starfire. And Raven is kind of... There are a few characters where, you know, you always have those characters in certain things. People call them waifus or something like that. I wouldn't call anyone my waifu or anything, but man, I did have a little bit of a crush on Raven when I first watched Teen Titans when I was younger. So a little bit. My next question, and I apologize if I butcher your last name. I'm really bad with last names. I'm really bad with anything that's not, you know, plain, you know, Sally and Jerry. At Anya Vinegirl, Anya Vinegirl asked me, do I have any hobbies? Well, I do a lot of cosplay, or at least I used to. YouTube has kind of taken my time for the most part these days, like a lot of time. If I'm not working, I'm usually either spending time with friends or working on my YouTube channel. But as far as hobbies goes, I do cosplay. Cosplay is a lot of fun. I love dressing up as different characters. I've dressed up as Dr. Horrible, Zap Brannigan from Futurama. She's so many. An ODST from Halo. I freaking love Halo, if you didn't know that about me already. I have future cosplay plans that I want to do still. Who else have I cosplayed as? There's so many. The list is astronomical. I've done silly things. One of my favorites that I've done recently is, I've done two recently that I really like, that are really simple, really. One is a Goat Simulator cosplay. I dress up as one of the NPCs from Goat Simulator, if you've ever played that, and I go around cons being a ragdoll NPC. It's the same picture as my Twitter banner. So if you ever go on my Twitter at Voraktee and you see the banner, that's me as a as a Goat Simulator guy with my little goat. His name is Totes my goat. I wonder if I can find him. Here we are. Here's Totes. This is Totes. Totes my goat. Say hi, Totes. Sup? Bah. So he's my Goat Simulator goat, as you can see by this ridiculously... Oh, there's my room. Yeah, he's got a lot of tongue. He's a bit tongue-tied, as you can see. But we got a big old tongue on him, and the other side sticks to one of my shirts that I wear for the character, and he follows me around. As you can see, he's also a junior ZPD officer. He's a junior officer there for the Zootopia Police Department. Bye, Totes. There we go. He's fine. Don't worry. He's fine. And my other cosplay that I really enjoy that's been very endearing to me is a Pokemon professor that I put together for Pokemon Go. When Pokemon Go came out, people were everywhere playing Pokemon, and I wanted to dress up and be a Pokemon person as I was going out. And I decided, instead of being a Pokemon trainer, I'm going to be a Pokemon professor. You know, get the glasses out and stuff. I don't see my glasses. I was looking for them. But it was a lot of fun. And since I live in Arizona, the desert and stuff, and every Pokemon professor, as you may or may not know, is actually named after a type of tree. I don't know if you've ever put that together or not. Maybe you know that, maybe you didn't, but, you know, there's Professor Oak, Professor Elm, Professor Birch, Professor, there's another tree. There's another one out there. I'm sure there's more. Anyways, I decided to be Professor Palo Verde, the southwestern Pokemon professor, because Arizona's, tree, its state tree is the Palo Verde tree. So I thought it was clever, and people get a kick out of it. I get to go out and I have a little notebook and I ask people, you'd like to start a Pokemon journey? Oh, well, let me first ask, are you a boy or a girl? It's a lot of fun. So Fruit Cup 94 asked me a couple questions, a couple meaning 3 in this instance. That's fine. A couple can be 3. Some people would say few, but I choose a couple. One of the questions they've asked is, what's one of my favorite songs right now? And I have a few favorite longtime songs. There's like 99 Red Balloons, specifically by Goldfinger. I like the original, but Goldfinger is very good. He's good. But one of my current like songs I just can't stop listening to is probably Heathens by 21 Pilots. It was in the Suicide Squad movie, if you guys have seen that, but it's probably been everywhere. It's been on the radio. I'd be surprised if you haven't heard it by now. It's such a good song, and I am never tired of hearing that song. Every time I hear it in my car, I turn it up. I need to put it on my iPod. That might be a good idea. Fruit Cup also asked, what game universe would I like to live in? That's a good question. There are so many game universes out there. As I've always said, Halo is one of my favorite game universes, but I can't help but feeling I would be a scrub if I were in the Halo universe, but if I could be a Spartan, that'd be pretty cool. I really like BioShock as well. The universe is so beautiful and yet decrepit at the same time. I can't help but feel I might have a bad time if I lived in that universe as well. There aren't very many good game universes to live in. Oh, man. I just finished Undertale, and I adore that game now so much. I think Undertale would be a good universe to live in, especially because you can choose your own way. You don't have to be a bad guy. You don't have to be the fighter that everybody wants you to be in other games. That would be a nice universe to live in. Or maybe the Warcraft universe, if I could be an adventurer. I really like Mass Effect as well. I love science fiction and such, and Mass Effect is definitely one of the most fleshed out science fiction games there is. So I would definitely be down to be a Spectre, an N7 officer or something like that if I could make it. I'm not quite the most physically fit. Just but Those are my favorites. I would like to be in one of those universes, probably. Fruit Cup also asked me, who are my favorite YouTubers? That's a very good question. Well, the one that started this entire thing that I'm doing right now is Markiplier. Yeah, I'm sure you've probably heard of him. Yeah. He is what inspired me to do what I'm doing right now. Of course, I'm my own person and I have my own reasons for doing this. I have a burning sensation. I haven't seen a doctor about it yet. To just entertain people, to make people laugh and smile, and that's always my goal. I always say that if one person laughs or smiles during my videos, I've accomplished something, and I'm very happy for that. But he's the one that inspired me and showed me that video games can recording yourself playing video games can be something so special and so endearing and touching. It can be just a wonderful moment, a wonderful connection between people. It doesn't have to be about just screwing around and, you know, yelling at horror games and stuff. It's very fun, but the influence, the impact that he's made on people's lives is just so wonderful, and I can only hope that I can make my own individual impact and really help change the world into something a little more positive and gentler. I really mean that. Another gaming YouTuber I'm sure you know is Jacksepticeye. I very much enjoy that guy. He's also done wonderful things for so many people. Outside of the gaming spectrum, or at least relatively kind of out there, is Brentalfloss. He does a lot of really cool gaming song remixes, like what if this game had a music song or whatever, you know, what if this game had lyrics? Yeah, that's what it was. He does some wonderful songs like that, and I have them on my iPod. He's got some BioShock ones and such. Speaking of kind of like music and such, I really like Epic Lloyd and Nice Peter of Epic Rap Battles of History. Those guys are so clever, and some of those videos just, I listen to those songs on repeat sometimes, because I just love them! I don't know why I'm throwing out gang signs, but man! Also, there's Rhett and Link of Good Mythical Morning. Those guys are something special. I really love them. The Good Mythical Morning is just, I haven't watched it lately, but it's definitely one of the best pieces of content you could ever digest on YouTube. Really. Like, they're just wonderful guys, and they do some weird things, and I would love to work with those guys one day. Everyone that I like that on YouTube, I would adore working with one day. It would be so cool. So cool. K Bollinger 19 asked me, what's the secret to the universe? Well, K Bollinger, let me tell you, the secret to the universe is cheese. That's right. Cheese. If you eat cheese, you have found the meaning to life. The secret of the universe is enjoying that cheesy goodness inside your mouth and inside your stomach. Makes for a happy stomach, unless, of course, you are lactose intolerant. In which case, I am so sorry that you will never be able to achieve the secret to the universe. It's a sad thing, but maybe you can try just a little bit. Just don't come back to me tomorrow when you're in the bathroom. And here I go, being bad at last names again. At Aurora DEU Saws, that, yeah, asks me, what's the song that best describes my channel? That's also a really good question, and I don't know if I have an answer for that, honestly. I've thought about it for a little while. I don't know if there is one, but if I'm asking you, if you have a song that you think of that can describe my channel, tweet it at me, comment me, let me know what you think might be the best feeling, the best song that might fit mine. I'm gonna have to think about that more, but it's a tough one. It really is. There's some good questions you guys have been asking. That's a really good question. Thanks, Aurora. At OlliePYY asked me, if I could bring back one person from the dead for a day to speak to them, who would I revive and what would I talk about? And that is probably one of the best questions that I've gotten so far. My gosh, I can't believe that is... When I first read that, I really did... it made me think hard about it. I really had to dwell on this question for a while, and I still don't know if I'm sure about my answer, honestly. But maybe I would bring back Robin Williams. He is such a wonderful comedian, and he's such a bright light in a lot of people's lives. For people that watched his films and such, that he just had such a way of being funny, and I very much admire that. I would like to be a bright light like that. Bright light like that in people's lives with my own videos and with acting and comedy and such. I want to do that. I want to make my life like that. Not his exactly, and like I said, it's always good to it's always good to admire people and to try to work towards certain qualities, but you're better off trying to be yourself than anybody else. So, as much as I admire Robin Williams, I don't want to be him, but I would love to talk to him for just a day. To sit down with Robin Williams and just chat with him about his life and what he's done and how he's learned how to do what he's done and where he's been. Everything, that would be so cool. And he's only one of probably tons of other people that I would love to talk to. There are plenty of people I'd like to talk to that are still alive, just to hear from them for a day, to hear their story, to hear where they really have been, that they don't, get to share very often. But Robin Williams is definitely one recent person. And there are, of course, many historical figures that I would love to hear about, to talk to see how things really were back in the day. But I chose Robin Williams. I think that was a good one, and he is a wonderful human being. Yeah. And then there's a couple questions that I've gotten every once in a while about my gaming rig and what I use to record and such. Just to answer those kind of technical questions, I use Sony Vegas Pro to do all my editing, and I record I use OBS to record my camera and my gameplay footage. Apparently I can't talk anymore. And then I use Audacity to record all my audio. I have an AT2020 mic and what does it say here? A Logitech, I think it's like it was 106C or something like that. I'm probably way off with that one. I didn't look at it before I started this, but I thought I'd address that question as well about my hardware and my software and stuff that I use to create this wonderful channel that you guys watch and share with me. Thank you. Another question that I've gotten from a couple of you is, how can I help support you when I can't, do fan art and stuff? I really wish I could do fan art, Voraktee, but I can't, so I'm sorry. And that's okay. You are great just being who you are. If you can't do Voraktee fan art, you can't do fan art, that's fine. I really appreciate all you guys who do have drawn fan art of me, and it's still crazy to me that some of you guys have done that. I'm only at like 500 subscribers, guys. Gosh, thank you so much. For anyone else, for everybody, the best way you can support me anyhow is just sharing my videos, sharing my content, tweeting at me, telling other people about me, tweeting my content, retweeting it, I should say. Just getting the word out to people who might be interested in my little channel, my teeny little channel. You guys are going to be the ones that make the difference, really. You already have made such a difference for me and for my channel, and I hope to keep working at that and keep working to make this a channel that you guys love and that other people love. So, once again, as always, thank you. And my last question that I received on Twitter is from Fluffy Baka and 666. That's 666, a little concerning. Turn it upside down and be 999. They ask, while you were growing up, did you know anyone who was super manipulative? You know what? I don't think I did, and if I did, they were so manipulative that I didn't even know that they were manipulating me, which sounds awful, but I don't think I was in that situation. I still didn't have the best upbringing, mind you. I lived with my mother. My parents were divorced before I was even cognizant of the world. And my mom and I lived with my uncle and my mother would fight constantly, and I would get stuck in between that. It was a very difficult situation to be, stuck in. I had to find a way to tough it out. I had to find a way to tune it out, and it was unfortunate. I would like to think that for that and for everything else that I've done, that I've experienced in my life, that I've overcome. I'm a better person for it, including that. And I've taken some knowledge away from it. I've had a takeaway from anything bad that's happened in my life. So if you have somebody that's in your life that is super manipulative, I'm very sorry, and that sucks. That's not something that anyone should have to deal with in their lives. It might not be somebody you can get away from, and I'm very sorry for that if that's true. I wasn't able to get away from the fighting in my own house, and I just kind of, like I said, I learned to tune it out. It was difficult sometimes, but if I had to give some advice based solely on that question, just identify when somebody's being super manipulative. It can be hard. Try to be beyond and above that. I hope that's not too vague. Identifying when somebody is being like that in your life is very important, and not heeding to their manipulations is very important as well. They're not going to react well to that too, but you know, it's hard to say because every situation is so different. If you've identified somebody being manipulative in your life and you can't confront them constructively and saying, hey, I feel like you're doing this thing and I don't think it's positive, I think you're having a negative impact, that's what I would do first. But if you can't do that, I would try to talk to anybody else you can, any other family or friends in your life that you feel like you can talk to that person about this. They might be able to help you and give you better advice than I can going forward, since they know you better, they know the situation better maybe. But either way, it's really good that you may have identified that, and as long as you don't give in to that manipulation and stay positive about it. I know that's really vague and hard to do maybe sometimes, but you can find your own way. I know if anyone like that is in a situation similar, it's possible, and it's not always easy, and it sucks to be in that situation in the first place, and I'm very sorry that you're exposed to such a person, but giving in is the last thing you want to do. So that concludes my little ask video for now. If you guys want to ask me any other questions in the future, just leave me a comment on this video, or go to Twitter and just type in the old hashtag Ask Voraktee with your question. If you need any advice or opinions, or you want to just ask me anything, you know, whatever, just let me know, and I'll try to get to your questions in a future video. If you like this video, let me know again in the comments below. Give me a like, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!